Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Skill Up Tutorials, one lesson at a time. In today's video, I am going to explain about stack implementation using arrays in Java. In my last video, I explained about stack implementation using arrays in Python. If you haven't watched that, please go and watch. I will provide the link in the description. There I explained the overall concept about stack implementation. Now let's go to the execution. First, I need to write a class that is stack. I name it as stack. Okay, then, and I need to add some instance variables like uh, int top, comma cap, and now I want to initialize an array. So, array, how can we initialize the array? Int array. This is like just declaring that we are having an array in this program. So like this, and now let's say I want to write a constructor to initialize the variables. These variables I want to initialize. So for that, public and then stack. The constructor contains the class name. Okay, and I want a size of the array. So int cap. Here I want to this dot cap of cap equal to cap. I will explain this. This dot cap means this cap belongs to this method. This cap is like this one which is coming from outside of this class. So this is how we can specify that this is the current class object and this is the another variable which comes from the another class. So this is how we can do. And top equal to -1. As we all know that first we need to initialize the top value to -1. And now let's initialize this array new cap. Here we know the capacity of the array, so I specified it here. Now let's write the push method. For that, I don't want to return anything. So public void and then push. And here I want to write the element which comes from another class. So first if we want to enter any value into the stack, first we need to check if it is full or not. If it is full, we cannot enter any values. So to check that, we will write top is greater than or equal to cap -1. That is capacity is full. Like for example, if capacity is 5, then if top value is 4 or 5 or anything, cap -1 greater than. So that we cannot enter any value. So I will print like system dot out dot println of stack is overflow. That means we cannot enter any values. So you can use return statements or you can use if else blocks. I like if else blocks, so it is easier to understand for beginners. If we write return statements, if we want to handle any exceptions, then we use return statements. So here I'm not using anything, so I will write it like this. To add any element, first we need to increment this top value as we all know that let's say a of top equal to x and this is entire push one, and now let's write the code for pop one. Okay, public here I need to return the popped value, so return into pop off. Here I don't take anything, so pop means like the top value will be get out of the stack. So first let's check if the stack is empty or not. How can we check? If top value is less than 0, then it is empty. Then let's print system dot out dot println of stack underflow. Now let's say the else block. Mm, In else block, let's return the value. Here, what can we do? Let's return 0. We need to return something, bro. So let's return a of top. Here you may get one doubt. What is it? So this top? This top was not initialized in this. So here you can see I initialized this like a class member. That means it can be used throughout the class. So this is how we can do. And now let's try one more thing like peak method. Now let's write the peak method like public int peak. Here I need to return the peak value. This is like same as like above code. You can copy and paste it here. And now let's say empty or not. Now let's check it. Public, let's say boolean. Boolean means it will return like it contains true or false. So now let's say is empty. Now let's check whether the stack is empty or not by using this method. Let's return top is less than 0. Here we mention like top is less than 0. That means if top is less than 0 means top may be -1. Then we can specify that the stack is empty. So it will return like this. So return will make true, then it is stack is empty. If it is false, the stack was not empty. So this is how we can do. And now let's write one more class. Here you need to understand one more thing. Here I am using the online compiler. So this online compiler will expect a main method in the first class which we return. If, for example, if I return the main class here, then we may get an error. So I will show that also. Like a class, you need to maintain the class name as main when you are trying in online compiler. So public static void main string args. And now let's write the main method. Now first I want to create an object for this. So how can we create like stack s equal to new stack. So I want to send the capacity. As you can see here, this constructor was expecting capacity. So I will send it as 5. And now let's say now I will push the values s dot push of 10, s dot push of 20, s dot push of 30. Okay, this enough. Let's and you can also do one more thing. You can print the pushed values. Now let's write the code for this also. Like system dot out dot for understanding purpose. Um, X is pushed. Now let's when you go into the execution, you will understand it more. And now let's write code for pop system dot out dot because the pop method was returning some value, so I am writing it in print statement s dot pop. You don't need to do anything. S dot pop, and I will write it as is popped from stack. Anything you can write. Okay. Now let's print the peak value. So this peak method also returning some value. So I'm writing it in the print statements like what can we write? Top element is What is the top element? S dot peak. We are not sending any value. And now let's say I want to print all the values present in this stack. First, I will write the sentence like system dot out dot println elements in the stack are mm, now let's say while say this is same as like Python code, but the syntax will be different for Java and Python. So I will write while. What is this? Not s dot. Let's check if it is empty or not. If it is not empty, this loop should go and system dot out dot println. As you all know that this S should be capital, and here you no need to enter this ln also. Ln means new line will be formed while printing this. This is as you wish. And now let's say s dot peak. First we need to print this peak value, and then now let's give some gap, and now let's say s dot pop. If you don't keep this, then it will go for infinite loop. But you will get an error because it will you will get error as this class do not contain main method. Now let's see. As you can see here, this tag class do not contain this method. So what you need to do is just keep the main method class in the first, so you don't get any error. Now let's see. Yeah, here you're getting infinite because let's see. Hmm, I think the problem was in pop method because this was popped, but here this is displaying 30. Like this, you need to think. And now let's see the pop method. Yes, you can see here I'm just returning the value. I'm not decrementing anything. So now let's say top of top minus minus. Now let's run this once one more time. As you can see here, 10 is pushed. Firstly, 10 is pushed, and then 20, and then 30. Mm, and then we popped a value that is 30 will be popped. Then the peak value will be 20 because 30 was popped. And the elements in the stack are 20 and 10. This is the end of the video. I hope you all understand about stack implementation using arrays in Java. If you have any queries, please comment below. If you want me to do more videos on Java, so please comment below and please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.